don't know and which I don't have on the agenda.
The title of my speech is Certain Commitments.
All right. And if I read correctly, your evaluator is Sylvie. Sylvie, would you mind reading the objectives of Ben's fourth assignment?
Yes. I would like to say the objectives for Ben, according to the manual. You need to select the right words and sentence structure to communicate your ideas clearly, accurately, and vividly. Use rhetorical devices to enhance and emphasize ideas. And eliminate jargon and unnecessary words. Use correct grammar, which I don't think would be a problem, the last point. And regarding your personal objectives, you need to be more structured. You need to have a clear outline, and you need to follow that outline with a clear introduction and with a clear conclusion. And you need, in the end, to sum up your points and state the most important idea behind your speech. Good luck.
All right, thank you, Sylvie. And I will leave the floor to Ben. The timing of his speech is, as all the other assignments, 5 to 7 minutes. And I wish you all the best of luck.
Okay. Now it's my stage time. And I have 7 minutes to try to get a point across to you. I've named my speech title Certain Commitments because it's a phrase that can be easily confused, and it has multiple meanings. For me, certain commitments can either mean some specific commitments, or it can be the state of certainty about having commitments. And so the 2 points I'd like to talk about today under that frame are learning and relaxation. All of this in the context of giving a Toastmasters speech. The first time that I ever gave a speech in front of an audience was in middle school in the United States. Think back to a time when you were 12 years old, when you were placed in front of a situation that was slightly challenging for you, when you were placed in front of an objective that was very meaningful for you, something that you had put a lot of work into, and that you may not have been certain about the result, but you received accolades for it. When this happened to me, I felt like I had fallen on my face. Because I was put in front of an audience of all the parents and school teachers and my fellow schoolmates, and I had to talk about this project. It was a park that I had designed for blind people so that there was a memorial for the dogs of the blind people. This certainly was a commitment that I had to participate in. When you're given an opportunity to face a challenging situation, take it. Certainly commit, because that's how you'll grow. There are certain commitments that you don't look forward to participating in, but you know they'll help you grow. Regardless of the result, it's just the process that takes you there. The second point about commitments is to relax. It's that when you see an agenda full, have you ever looked back and said, oh my goodness, how am I going to do all of this? How am I going to achieve all of these things that I've set out to do that seem so important to me? Can anyone relate to that? Anyone? Yeah? Well, in the past few months I've learned that not everything that we have to do necessarily is the most important thing to do. And that sometimes we have to make choices in order to truly achieve what we want. Not what we have to do, but to focus more on the why you want to do it and the passion. And once you find that place and that feeling that's driving you, you can relax in the understanding that you're certain to reach your commitments. That you're certain to reach certain commitments that are important to helping you achieve that which you want to do. Could I get an update on the time, please? Just how many minutes?
5 minutes.
Okay. Here's what will happen if you don't commit. I believe that if you don't commit, you can look back and regret certain things that you haven't committed to. And for me, regret is something that I don't ever want to experience, and something that I don't want those around me and those I love to experience. Because regret is not a pleasant emotion. I've talked today about learning to commit, learning to take commitments, learning to be certain in the commitments that you take. And I've talked also about relaxing after you've chosen commitments and after you've chosen a reason why you want to achieve something. And when you can come to the place where you're learning where you want to go, and you've relaxed about it not being the result, but actually just enjoying the process, then I believe that's where you can get to a place of certainty about your commitments and no longer the worry about needing certainty to make commitments. The point I'd like to leave you with is to search inside of yourself, to find something important to you, and to make a commitment to go with it, to go after it with certainty. To, if you need to, take a day off, half a day off, sit at home, sit alone, write down whatever method and means necessary for you, something that's important to you. And then figure out why it's important to you. Harbor that emotion. And follow that. Thank you very much for having me tonight.
Thank you, Ben, for this great speech.